There are three main components to litter life. Number one is the extremely high activated carbon count. The carbon to nitrogen ratio is extremely crucial in composting. 25 to 30 parts carbon to 1 part nitrogen is the ideal for good composting. When that ratio is out of whack and the nitrogen is too high, it will gas off as ammonia. Litter life helps bring that carbon count up so that the carbon to nitrogen ratio is where it needs to be, or at least as close as possible in an environment that has that much nitrogen, such as a poultry house. The second point are the organic acids. Organic acids accelerate decomposition. They are nature's way of taking the nutrients that we and our livestock consume and putting the nutrients back in the soil. Humic and fulvic acids are the organic acids in litter life. They actually oxygenate the compost. This is what actually dries out the litter and helps reduce caking in the litter floor. The third component is our naturally occurring biology. This is not something we synthesize in a laboratory. Our humate source is in the peat stage of soil. Now, without getting too technical, what that means is we can extract, through a cold water extraction, our organic acids and still leave the biology intact. Most strategies for dealing with disease and bacteria are disinfect, disinfect, disinfect. The problem with that is it does kill the bad bacteria, but it also kills the good bacteria. Nature abhors a vacuum. So 9 times out of 10, the first thing back on the scene is the bad bacteria. Litter life is extremely effective because of the competitive exclusion principle. Competitive exclusion simply says that the strongest, more populated bacteria is the one that will overcome. This is how litter life can go into a house and deal with dermatitis or E. coli or any bacterial problem and overtake it, because it's natural, it's stronger, and then it's overpopulated when we put it in. Those are the three components that are the actual heavy lifters of litter life. Now, we find two main concerns that growers bring up to us. Number one, ammonia issues, and number two, mortality through disease usually. If you have 8+ inches on the ground and you haven't cleaned out in a couple of years, then litter life's going to have a hard time catching up to the nitrogen that's there. If you have 5 to 6 inches or less and you work the litter to some degree, you either till, windrow, or you cake out, then litter life can be very effective in that scenario. If you've got a disease problem, you've got dermatitis, E. coli, or some other type of bacterial diseases, it really doesn't matter how much litter you've got on the floor or what you do with the litter. The competitive exclusion principle that we talked about can get into that house and help you tremendously with your bacteria situation. Now, for both of those situations, whether it's a high ammonia or you've got a disease issue, if you can go to the ground with a full house cleanout, that is the most effective. And actually what we would suggest in severe situations, whether it's a severe case of repeated disease in one particular house, or you've got extremely high ammonia and you just can't deal with it, then we say go to the ground and put it right on the pad. Because if you start from ground zero, then you have the ideal environment for litter life to be extremely effective and then continue to build on from there. At this time, litter life is the only litter amendment that is approved for organic use. So whatever your issues are, whether it's high ammonia and you want to deal with it in a non-corrosive, safe, and effective way, or whether you've got disease problems, we want to help you by saving time and effort and increasing your bottom line by reducing mortality and creating a healthier litter floor. Thank you for taking the time and interest in litter life, and if you have any questions, give us a call and check out our website at www.southlandorganics.com, or you can email me at alan@southlandorganics.com.